Well, Japanese authorities admit they aren't coping with an unprecedented crisis, but insist there's still a chance to avert a nuclear disaster. RT's Irina Galushka is following developments in Tokyo.
The latest information that we're getting from the Japanese government is that there were attempts being made to cool down reactor number 4. Helicopters did fly over the reactor this morning, did dump seawater on them. Unfortunately, they were only able to make 4 of such flyovers, and the experts say around 100 are needed in order to have any cooling effect whatsoever in a catastrophe of this scale. Also, there have been reports as of this morning that temperatures in the 5th and the 6th reactor, the only remaining fully intact reactors at Fukushima, temperatures there have also gone up. They're at about 60 degrees Celsius. They should be at about 25. The U.S. authorities are going to send charter planes for those of their nationals willing to get out of the country, so the charter planes will be able to help them in doing so. Earlier on Thursday, one of the U.S. energy officials did say that he considers Fukushima to be in a state of meltdown. The Japanese authorities were quick to dispel that information, saying that they were just not fast enough in providing all the accurate and necessary information to their American counterparts. The IAEA, an organization which should be keeping tabs on the use of nuclear power in the world, and it should be keeping a close eye on plants such as Fukushima, well, they were nowhere to be found until just very recently. And some are already asking questions: what exactly is IAEA doing in these circumstances? Amidst reports that radiation levels in the Japanese capital could be up to 11 times the norm, people scramble to get away from the invisible killer. Here in Tokyo, streets do seem to be less busy than usual. At the epicenter of Japan's nuclear disaster, 50 people remain, struggling to keep the reactors under control.
But wait, where's the International Atomic Energy Agency, the exponents of the peaceful use of nuclear power? They're here in Japan, arriving 4 days after the first explosion at the nuclear plant.
The IAEA is a promoter of nuclear power, whose job is not to necessarily be able to come to the rescue of failed attempts at maintaining quality design and protecting the public from natural disasters such as we're dealing with here. Although they'll sell that message, when the proof is in the pudding, you can clearly see that the IAEA has absolutely no ability to deal with this problem any more than the Japanese government.
The very people who should be keeping tabs on the situation seem to have very little direct involvement in it. In fact, until now, the only source of information was the Japanese government. For years, the organization has been busy with their mission statement to maintain nuclear energy for peaceful means. In 2005, amid increased inspections of Iranian facilities, the organization and its then chairman, Mohammad al-Baradei, was awarded a Nobel Peace Prize. But by the looks of it, concerns over possible unsanctioned uses of nuclear energy by countries like Iran seem to have overshadowed the clear and present dangers of already existing nuclear power plants in countries like Japan. And now it's the Romanian workers who have to battle fire, smoke and radiation at what remains of the Fukushima power plant.
There's only 50 people allowed on the plant at the moment, and they work in 15-minute shifts, which is very little. And they have to work very many things by hand because remote control installations have gone down. The main operator room is not usable because of high radiation levels. They're working under extremely difficult circumstances to try to prevent the worst from the worst.
With all 6 reactors showing signs of instability, only 50 people remain face to face with the problem, putting their lives at risk, while the high and mighty authorities seem to prefer to watch on from a safe distance. Irina Galushka, RT, Tokyo.